Alright, it's pronounced Dimitrescu. Alright? Dimitrescu. It's not that hard. Even the game developers got it wrong striking. What are we gonna do in this world, man?
Dimitrantorkal.
I don't know what you're doing. It sounds German and I don't like it. Hello everybody, welcome to the annual Mrwoodensheep podcast. That's how often we do it, apparently. Actually, I think the last one was like 6 months. Not that bad, right? Could be worse.
Yeah, so technically.
Oh, that's true. That's true, dude. Alright, so if it's not obvious enough, Resident Evil Village just came out. Me and Striking are there's gonna be a spoiler cast, the first we've ever done of that. There's gonna be on-screen warnings if you're watching this live. I'm gonna put a little text that says spoilers! And then when we're done, I'm gonna take it off the screen. Isn't that funny how that works? And I'm even gonna wave at you and be like, hey, hey! So you can mute the video then. And if you're watching the VOD, I'll probably like timestamp it so you can just skip the Resident Evil Village section. Striking, how are you today? Please tell me about yourself. Well, not about yourself, just how you're doing today. I don't want your whole life story.
You know, nothing like having a free day, but except, you know...
Oh, and wasting it on Mrwoodensheep's podcast.
Yeah. Nothing like wasting a bit of time with the shepherd.
Wasting, yes. Maybe let's word it as spending instead.
No, let's keep it wasting.
You're not... Yeah, come on, man. I mean, you're with me and our other lovely guest over here in the top left corner.
There he is.
You like him? Pretty good, huh?
Yeah. That looks like the kind of person that would say no wait to sex.
That's the face I make when I hear people say Dimitres. And then we also got a few other guests here as well. They just came to tag along, you know? They're not really gonna say that much, but you know, friendly faces to make us feel comforted.
Yeah, no, always good.
Alright, so let's just fucking get to it, man. Resident Evil Village. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. So is Striking. Probably not as big as me though. Nice, you know. So what did you think, man?
Dude.
Oh, let me put. Should I put the spoiler tag on yet, or are we gonna let's just give our general feelings. Yeah.
Generally good game.
Generally good game. All right, let's put the spoilers on now. No, okay, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just put it on now. Go away if you don't want to hear anything. We're uninhibited now. Okay, things are gonna go wild.
That car part.
The car part.
Yeah, the spoiler.
Huh? Oh. I was like, is there a car in Resident Evil?
Yeah, dude, you need to unlock it.
Yeah, right. It's like the tofu mode in the other games. Alright, so where do we even begin? Okay, so I'm going super spoilers already, okay? I mean, not super spoilers, but like mid spoilers already. Oh, I should put the spoiler warning there as well. Alright. I wish there was more of Dimitrescu. Do you feel the same? Like maybe if there was too much, she would have overstayed her welcome. But I feel like we had her for like 2 hours. I don't know.
It definitely was surprising, though. I'm not sure if it's was a surprise in a bad way. I feel like it kind of played with our expectations, which is neat.
You think so? I mean, yeah. I only watched the first trailer of the game. The main reason I got the game, like, I'm like trying to be careful with my funds now, but the reason I got it is because I had to like dodge spoilers like lasers on the internet. Because it's also like she's become such a meme, so like I got a lot of shit spoiled for me before playing it, unfortunately. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get it. Striking said it's good. I love the series, so I'm just gonna grab it. But yeah, I don't know, how much did they show of the other lords, or was it just like in the trailers? Nothing. I only saw her.
Literally nothing.
Okay, that's cool. I do like that. Like, it opened up and I was like, who the fuck are all these other people? And yeah, she's just one of 4. I thought that was really cool, but I liked her. I wish I had more of all of them, honestly, like a bit of more interaction.
Yeah.
But especially like her, I really liked.
Yeah. It felt to me like every lord was supposed to give like a different feeling.
Yeah. That I really did like. Like, my favorite was Dimitrescu and her castle. Like, I love the setting of the castle. I was thinking to myself, like, oh, yeah, because the first one, I love the mansion. in the first game, and now an old castle. That's so cool, you know. But yeah, you don't spend that much time in it, unfortunately. But yeah, it was cool. Like the village was the Resident Evil 4 bit. The swamp was kind of Resident Evil 5y, like with the boat. And it was very action oriented. And then you've got the fucking kind of stereotypical doll section, but it was cool.
It was like PT.
Like PT a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, by the way, genuinely, what's your thought on that? Like, sorry if interrupting on that, but that.
So okay, but before we played the game, there was an article that came out that said Resident Evil 8 was toned down on scariness level due to feedback. People in playing 7 were too scared. First of all, that's fucking stupid. What next? Are we gonna remove platforming from Mario because there's too much jumping? So that's a silly point. Number 1. 7 wasn't even that scary. Okay, it was quite scary, but it wasn't that scary. But by the way, I just want to make sure that the stream does say like spoiler on it on the title. Right? It does. Okay, good. Yeah, and then while Striking was playing the 8th game, he messaged me and you were like, "Fuck whoever said that it's not scary. It is scary." I'm gonna guess it was during that section.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that was by far. I mean, I do think the overall game was not scary. It was like 4 and 5, like more action oriented.
It had some scary moments.
It had scary moments. Yeah, it was a horror action horror.
I genuinely think that section was scarier than anything of Resident Evil 7.
Yes, I think so too. That part was fucking scary. So at first, and the funny thing is, at first, like I loved the design of the doll. I love surreal shit, but I was like, this is a bit weird for Resident Evil, but okay. Yeah, it sold me after a while. Like the whole investigation with the mannequin was fucking creepy and weird with the puzzle.
It was so cool. I love taking the mannequin apart to find key parts. It genuinely felt like the investigative aspect of the Resident Evil games brought to 100%.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing about the series, I think. Just the puzzles and being alone with creepy music.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, something really neat that I found really cool is, did you ever check the photo of Mia after completing the doll section?
No. The one on the table?
No, the one that you put into the box.
No, I didn't.
Because if you check it afterwards, it says on the back of it, safer for us.
Safer for us?
No, or like safer, something like that. As in, like, I think in his delusion, he wrote something that Mia would write.
Okay.
So, like, make sure she's safe or something like that. I thought that was really cool when I checked it afterwards.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't quite get what safer for us? Like, it is safer for us?
No, safer as in, like, save Rose.
Oh, save her for us. Right. Yeah, that section was really cool. A bit predictable. Like I knew, like, okay, the fucking mannequin's gonna disappear.
Yeah.
And
a giant fucking baby.
And I stepped into the closet before the baby spawned, and Ethan was like breathing heavy. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to hide from something.
Yeah, that was obvious. Considering you could also hide under the bed. I do like though that they kind of figured out for the whole section like multiple ways to do it depending on how scared or brave people are.
Oh, were there multiple? I barely saw the baby. Like I just fucking ran and I listened and I avoided it completely. Like I saw it once and then that's it.
Yeah, like one example I can give is, first of all, like with the whole hiding section, is you could go in the closet, but you could also go under the bed. Then you could leave while the baby was still there. If you
right, I was wondering if you could do that, but I waited for it to leave.
Yeah. But yeah, and also later the part where you put the fuse back in and the baby stands there. If you just go backwards, you will eventually get in the elevator and click fast enough. But you could also try running into the room where you put the deer show on. In order
the what show? The movie?
The deer show, like the movie. Yes, sorry.
Right. Yeah. Wait. I ran into the elevator and it was like rattling at the door.
Yes, I mean, like as soon as you put the fuse in, it appears in a hallway and the LCD stands, but gives you enough time to press the button and to get in. if you do it instantly.
Right,
But
right. Or you could go away
had,
and hide.
exactly. You had like enough still free room not to be forced to just stand there and hope that you get in there first.
Yeah, I cockeyed myself when it first appeared. And the sounds, oh my god. Yeah, no, that was really creepy. That whole section was super creepy. And I loved the puzzles and stuff.
Yeah. And Mia on the radio generally reminded so much of PT.
Yeah, I mean, I said it before, I wasn't that impressed by PT. I thought this was better. Like, I don't know. I didn't think PT was that scary. But I wanted to also... What else did I want to say? There's so many small details that I want to gush about. Like, I love the whole like the doll segment at the end when you're trying to find the right one. I love how all of them are like giggling at you.
Vibrating.
Yeah, like I don't know. It was just a little bit of world building. Like I don't know. It was like it was just perfect. It was a perfect little like addition to the personality of that person. Very like childish kind of. Yeah. What else do I want to say? I guess we should go back to we should backpedal a little bit because we skipped ahead.
Dimitrescu.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I guess I'll just I didn't really explain it. Like, considering the game is based in Romania, and my partner is Romanian, Simi, she has confirmed that the pronunciation is Dimitrescu. There's an U at the end. I don't know why the fuck in the game they got rid of it. Like, they assume it's French or something?
I think it's because Dimitrescu is not native.
Oh, do we have a confirmation of that?
I mean, it is confirmed that all of the people were abducted by her and then put as test subjects that managed to become compatible.
Yeah, but I assumed that they were all just Romanian anyway to begin with.
No, like Heisenberg, for instance, was also abducted.
Yeah.
I think Moreau was a local. I could be wrong on that, but Dimitrescu, I mean, maybe she wasn't, but
I mean, whatever. Regardless, it's still a Romanian name, so it should still be pronounced Dimitrescu.
I mean, I'm just saying, like when a non-Romanian takes a Romanian name, it could be that they pronounce it differently, and then they would get mad at you.
That's like a tiny bit more excusable, sure, but it's like, why even remove the U? Like, it doesn't make any sense. The vowel is there. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. But yeah, that was the only thing that kind of annoyed me. Like, I thought it was really cool and refreshing to see. I mean, Resident Evil kind of always goes around the globe, but it used to be a little bit more subtle. Like, they would just say, we're somewhere in Eastern Europe, we're somewhere in Africa, you know? They never gave direct context to a country, and it was cool to see in this game, like, Romanian words, and they were using lei for the money and stuff like that. It was a bit disappointing that everyone had a posh British accent. Kind of stupid, but whatever. I don't know. The masses can't understand foreign accents, I guess.
Obviously, it's because that parasite, the mold.
It changes your accent.
It removes the impurity of the Romanian accent.
Exactly. The parasite is too good. It makes you posh English. No, but I really love Dimitrescu. I wish there was more of her. It kind of reminded me of Vas from Far Cry 3, in the sense that not the person, not the characters, but like she was the poster, and she was so likable, and then once she's gone, it's just like, oh, okay, who the fuck is this now? Like I didn't care about the big bad boss at all, really.
I mean, she was the big bad wasn't supposed to be someone taking care of, so she was like in the shadows the whole time. Yeah,
sure, and we had like 3 other interesting characters to fill the void. It wasn't as bad as like Far Cry 3. But
I personally have to say, sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, it just like surprised me how early it was done, you know.
I personally do have to say, from the 4 characters, Heisenberg is definitely my favorite.
I knew I was gonna fucking say, like, the moment. First of all, you see like a glimpse of him in the church, like a photo. I was like, oh, that's no, not in the church, even earlier. I saw him at some point before playing the game, I think, and I was like, oh, he's gonna be like my companion. It surprised me to see that he was a bad guy, because he looks like a survivor, kind of. But yeah, the instant he shows up, I was like, this is a striking character, dude. Like, he's got the hammer on his shoulder and sunglasses, and he's like talking all anime and like with swag. And he's got superpowers. I was like, if striking didn't create this character, then I don't know how that's possible.
I mean, also he has the best line in the entire game, where he calls Chris a boulder punching asshole.
I thought that kind of broke my immersion for a second, actually. I was like, that's a bit stupid. I don't know.
Yeah, it's cheesy, but Resident Evil is cheesy. I think that's the best way to put like an immersion thing.
Resident Evil is always cheesy, yeah, but these two first-person ones aren't. And to have it like in a climactic final hour of boss fight, to say that was very weird, I thought.
To be fair, like if it was one, I would have been Heisenberg, considering he was constantly like chattering even during the fight, like, "Huh, your final stretch, Ethan."
Yeah. Dude, he's so you. I can't tell you. Like, I don't know if you realize how you he is. Like, he's just like, if he was playable in like Overwatch or Paladins or something, you'd main him, you know.
Something I really enjoy as well.
Sorry, by the way, just really quick. In the bottom left of your Discord, can you turn off your noise suppression? Because you're cutting off a lot.
Oh.
Discord implemented a new noise suppression. It sucks. In the like above the next to voice connected, the green text. Yeah. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, just great character. Especially also like that it kind of almost gave like a moment where he was trying to team up with Ethan.
Yeah. I liked that. And that was a little bit weird that Ethan like rejected him.
No.
Because he didn't have the full context, I'm saying.
No. Ethan had the context he needed. The context was that he wanted to use his daughter as a fucking weapon.
Yeah.
He wanted.
But this is magic shit. Like, maybe she'll be fine. We don't know.
No. That's not. It's not if she's fine, but it's that Heisenberg doesn't even fucking care about it. He just wants to use her as a tool.
Sure, but it's more likely. I mean, at least like ask the guy some questions before rejecting him. Maybe that's your best chance, you know? I thought that was a bit like hasty. Like, I'm cool. I'm the main character.
I genuinely think that was one of the best character moments for Ethan, just because it shows that like he actually had a character. He made a choice there. And it's a really big step up from Resident Evil 7 for most of the time.
Fair enough. I mean, sure. I just would have liked to see like a little bit more of like, what does that entail? Will she be okay? And he's like, and then if Heisenberg's like, I don't care, then he could be like, no, fuck you.
I feel like he kind of gave away that he doesn't know if she's like.
Maybe I missed something. I don't know.
But like in general, it sounded like he wouldn't even care if she was okay.
Yeah,
like,
I do agree that it kind of sounded like that anyway. But yeah, yeah, that was the whole. Okay, wait, I mean, I guess let's just go into the factory bit.
We're jumping a bit ahead. But we just finished Dimitrescu first. So one thing, I mean, the three sisters got killed rather quickly. I'm surprised.
Yeah, them too. Yeah, I loved them, man. Like, they were so is foreboding the right word? Just like you felt so helpless. Just the way they like dragged you effortlessly into like 10 hallways down. I loved all the interactions with them. Like, that's also why I said kind of like Voss from Far Cry. Like, I love they were always in your face. Dimitrescu and her three daughters, like, they were always tantalizing and tormenting you. What the fuck words am I? Tantalizing isn't the right word, is it?
Tenderizing.
No, sure it is. Yeah. And yeah, I loved the interactions with them. They were really cool. Like, all their animations and stuff as well.
Yeah, definitely agree.
By the way, remind me, in the 7th game, do you see... Okay, I mean, I know the spoiler tag is already on, but like mega spoiler warning for Resident Evil 7 and 8, okay? Giving you 3 seconds to click off.
1.
All right. In the 7th one, did they explore Ethan's regenerative abilities?
Yes.
Yeah, they did, right? Because he like got his hand severed.
Yes, and also there's an optional scene.
In 7, you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in the first meeting with Jack, like after you get off the dinner chair, in a room where there's the hatch where you then drop down after getting the key and escaping from him. If you get caught by him there, he cuts off your foot and makes you crawl to your foot, and then drops a healing potion for him to like, oh, poor thing, heal up, buddy. And then you can reattach your foot like that.
Right. And do they explain that in the 7th game?
Nope. But I mean, it was kind of really fucking obvious. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, sure, if he's gonna do that, because I feel like at some point, more canonically, not canonically, linearly, like in the main story, his hand gets cut off, and they like staple it together or something.
That's the first, yeah, like when Mia chainsaws off your hand, when you
Yeah,
wake up in the baker's house, it was stapled back onto you.
yeah. So that, because yeah, okay, that's what I remembered. But in the 8th game, when he just reattaches his hand, I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, am I misremembering something?
I thought that was just a natural evolution of like showing like, yes, they is still aware of the fact that Ethan isn't a normal guy.
Yeah. That was like a hint towards. It kind of reminded me of that. I'm not sure if I saw that foot scene.
It is an optional one. I don't think I saw it myself because I didn't get caught.
Yeah, exactly. So you did the Heisenberg laugh, dude. But yeah, that was cool. Unfortunately, I got the final like reveal that spoiled as well.
Oh, really?
Of Ethan.
Sucks, man.
Just people don't think about what they say. It wasn't a spoiler. It was just like, I don't want to out the person, so I'm trying to think if there's a way to say it.
It's not me, right?
No, it was not you. I'm trying to think. Okay. Okay, here, I'll make it as vague as possible. The person was like, basically, they were sure that I already knew the thing about they were sure that I already knew Dimitrescu. So they were like, oh, check out this thing of her. And then they were like, I also have another thing, specifically of Ethan, but I won't send it yet. And I was just like thinking to myself, what could it possibly be? Like, okay, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there's only so many options of the main character having something spoilery about them. Like, I immediately put it together. I was like, oh, okay, he's infected or something like that.
To be fair, I genuinely think that being infected wasn't really much of a spoiler because, I mean, if you don't,
it was just a confirmation. It was a confirmation, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty fucking confirmed. Like in considering how much fucking he got hurt all the time, it didn't fucking care at all.
It makes sense, sure, but sometimes it doesn't mean that that's a plot point of the game. It could just be like, oh, it's a video game. He gets fucked up, you know, whatever.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, it was like in the last game as well, where it was shown sometimes that he sustained injuries that should have killed people, and then just fucking kept on prodding.
If you like analyze it, put the pieces together, sure. But like for me, it was a final thing, and like, oh, okay, it's definitely that, you know. Whatever. But anyway, yeah. Got like there's like 10 things I want to talk about, but I guess we should try go in order. So much. So what we were talking about.
Dimitrescu first, right?
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I think I pretty much. Yeah. Dude, the shop owner. Oh, I love him.
Good old Duke.
Duke.
Just wish there was a bit more information about him.
Yeah, they left that a little bit. Maybe we'll find out in the next game.
Maybe.
So it seems. Do you think they had all this planned out? It seems like they probably did, right? Like the whole overarching story with what's her name, Evelyn. I feel like they must have had it planned out from the first game, right?
I mean, it could be, but I'm not sure, because I feel like with 7 they went into unknown waters and were checking out how deep they can go without drowning. And when people had an extremely positive reaction, they continued because it feels like it builds on everything in Resident Evil 7, but it doesn't like it doesn't necessarily like except the infected part. There's nothing really that was like hinted in 7 that wasn't explained.
Yeah, I suppose. They could have just like made it up as they go. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but maybe it was planned ahead. But you know, it just felt like there was less connection to that, except the infection thingy.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I suppose we can go to Moreau. What'd you think of your boy?
I mean, he was kind of adorable in a very disgusting way.
I'm still unsure. Like, was he how? Like, I'm trying to figure out the number of his IQ. You know, like, did he actually play us when he was like, "Oh, you talk too much," or was that something he kind of figured out afterwards? Like,
I mean, I think he was just scrambling then as soon as he saw us take, like, oh fuck.
yeah, I love that we just get the flask like immediately when he's just watching the static of the TV. I really liked him as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something. Yeah. Sorry. What?
So just saying, he was one of my only 2 deaths, just because I didn't expect to be fucking acid raining.
Only 2 deaths. Striking says. You played on normal,
Yes.
and you actually only had 2 deaths.
Let me.
I mean, I didn't have that many. I probably had like 5, but I was just surprised.
I think. Yes, exactly. It was like 1 death was there, and the second death was against the final boss, and I was really upset because I died 2 times, and then the game tells me I can lower difficulty if I want to.
I think it said that from. I think it says that from the first death even.
It doesn't say it from the first death for me.
Okay. Man, the boss fights in this game are so scary. Cause you're just fucking placed in front of this giant creature in first person. It looks so real as well. And it like in most games like that, you have like dodge abilities and stuff. Or in other Resident Evils, it's third person, so it's not as daunting. I think there was something so cool, like for example the Moreau fight where he's just like the out of water part, and when he's just like, or even better examples like with the giant, and there's just like 4 columns, and you're like trapped in a tiny claustrophobic room, and he has this giant hammer, and like you can barely avoid it. I love that shit. Like, I don't think I've experienced that kind of boss fight in any other game. Like, it feels real, and you feel like a real person. Like you can't like fucking Superman dodge. I mean, sure you can block like a giant hammer, but I don't know. It was very like I felt like I was barely out of reach of every single attack that I avoided. You know, like
I know what you
and like oh fuck, I'm already out of room to maneuver. I have to try and find a way to go around the boss and get behind them. Like that was I love that stuff.
Another great example was the Dimitrescu fight, the last one, where it was like with the against Dragon Formifer, and then first on the outside, but the inside was the claustrophobic part then.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that section too. Do you also? I felt the same way about the 7th game. Like, I'm not saying bad. Like, whatever. Let me just finish my sentence. I felt like the game was started off way stronger and slowly got a little bit worse over time. And again, I'm not saying it was bad towards the end. I still loved it, but like the beginning, I was in love with. I guess just I preferred Dimitrescu. I preferred the castle. And the set.
I personally prefer Heisenberg's area. So I thought the game actually like it started good, though. I think like for me the Lycan section at the start where you have to defend against the village.
Yeah.
That got dragged out for me because it didn't. The first time I went to the building, it didn't pick up the shotgun, so it didn't trigger the sequence where I'm done.
So you couldn't progress, you mean?
Yes, until I went back in there and picked up the shotgun eventually, and then the cutscene started indoors, and he threw me through the wall outside.
Okay. So it was.
But apart from that, like I think it started pretty like it was a bit rough at the start, and got better, and I feel like it kept ramping up to be better and better and better.
I mean,
especially like it's for me like I love the what do you call it, the Regenerado-esque soldiers, or the Soldat, as Heisenberg calls them.
They didn't regenerate. You could kill them.
No, I'm saying Regenerado, because those Regenerados also had weak points on them that weren't ahead.
Right, that's what you mean. Yeah. I felt like there were a few too many of those guys. I don't know, did you do, like I did I collected every item in the game. I played it like 16 hours, I think was my playtime.
Yeah, I tried as well to get everything.
So I fought like every single soldat that there was. Yeah. I felt like there was a few too many, but and it was a bit like I felt like I was in Quake all of a sudden. Like they had like the visors and bright red stuff. I liked it, but for me, I'm much more into the like just castle. You know, that's also something I like about the game and the series in general. There's so much variety. It kind of felt like in some ways like not super similar, but kind of like Evil Within 2. Like just had a variety of horror. So that, you know, it's like there's something for everyone there, I guess, and it's all like bite-sized. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, definitely get the castle. It was great. I personally just feel like it got a bit too. Okay, how to say that? But I feel like it was fake open, as in it was much more confined than it looked like. Because in the end, only there wasn't really like much freedom to go anywhere in the castle, since there's like
it was quite linear, the order of where to go.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Are the Resident Evils more open than that? I don't know.
No, I mean, like the village part, for instance, was more open than that.
Sure, the village. You're saying, yeah, fair enough. I'm fine with the linearity. I just wish there was. Maybe this would solve both our issues with the castle. I wish there was more of it. So I guess if there was more, then you could have like less linearity for you, and like I love the design of the stuff in there, the architecture, and like I loved it. It was so cool, man. And I loved seeing Dimitrescu like crouch under the door and like raise double the size of the door and start chasing you. Like, oh shit, I'm fucked.
Oh, never mind. I did actually die once to her. Because like in the foyer, where in the next thing there's an elevator. When she appeared, I tried to go in the elevator and couldn't get if it was turned off.
Nice.
Because she does there, and when I tried walking back, she was in the way, and I couldn't get past her.
Nice. I found it super satisfying to explore though and get all the small secrets. That was really fun. Go on.
Sorry, just I like the little that I feel like in all the new games they always put like this one scene where there's this trap that you have to put something else on in order to solve it. Like where you can use a broken shotgun in Resident Evil 7, and then later you can get the broken shotgun as well if you switch it out with the toy shotgun in the mansion in the house. And in Resident Evil 8 with the statue mask, where you have to take the statue mask and close the door, and then you need to use a deer head in order to open the door.
That was really cool. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. The puzzles were very good. I love the design of everything. That was fun. Is there anything more you want to say about Moreau? I mean, it was kind of straightforward.
Yeah, Moreau was pretty.
Oh, the most heartbreaking thing for me in the whole game was I was missing one fish, and I would have completed all of the food.
Oh no!
And I looked it up. I looked up where the one fish was. I got all the animals except these two fish, and I knew it, man. Like before you go into the tent with the Moreau section, there's like a path on the right. And I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's probably where I have to go. Let me go in this door first. Oh, cutscene. Oh, I can probably go there later. Nope, all the water's drained. And I was like, oh, there was probably just some lay or gemstone or something. Whatever, it's fine. No, it was the one fish I needed to get my full health boost. One fish, man. I was so sad. Getting all the food was my favorite part.
It was nice that they put something collectible like that in.
Yeah. I found that really satisfying. And finding the rare animals. Although I hated killing them. I felt bad. Like, I slashed at the pigs like 10 times. I'm sorry, buddy. This is the true horror game.
That reminds me, actually, something I liked is I think the first time you could have a chance to pick something from them up is the pig that surprises you when you go in the house and then runs at you.
Yeah, dude, I shot myself with that. I was like, oh, it was just an innocent pig, and I'm a cold-blooded murderer. I was for sure thinking it was gonna be some zombie dog or something.
Yeah, what I found really nice about that part is, in hindsight, they actually made sure that the pig only had 1 health left.
Yeah.
So you could instant kill them, then you would get spooked, shoot it, and then you can see, oh wait, they dropped something.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was cool. And it was just a little bit of a jump scare moment, an introduction to the food mechanic.
Also, jump scare is look out the window. Do you remember that scene?
Yes. Fuck. That's the thing about this game and the previous one. I thought there's so many just small details that the devs obviously thought about. Like, you're talking about the code, right?
Yeah.
The save code. Like, you look out and it waits a little bit for you to like. You're like looking at the window, like, huh, okay, and then you kind of put the numbers together. You're like, oh, I get it, and then it jump scares you. Like 3 seconds wait time. I thought that was really clever.
Yeah, definitely well done.
Yeah, I love that shit. But yeah, the Moreau section, I mean, there's not really anything else to say, I think. He was gross. Poor boy. R.I.P. in peace. Heisenberg.
That section was fun, though.
I did like it. I did like the whole store in the elevator, and you can just like bring him up with you, and he's just chilling. No, and again, going back to the confinement spaces that I was talking about with combat, like they did that a lot with the Soldat. Yeah, no, it was a good section. I guess the theme was a bit less interesting for me, but I liked it a lot. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was so much I wanted to say, and now I can't think of it at all.
Oh yeah, by the way, did you see the issue I had with the weapon switching feeling a bit too fast?
Yes, I noticed it immediately. Ethan has 4 arms, apparently. Like, you switch the pistol, and then before he's even put it away off screen, the shotgun's on screen. It was silly. Yeah. What did I want to say? I guess we can just move on to like ending mega spoilers.
I mean, actually, how did you react to the first scene with Chris being like, "Fuck you, Mia"?
Dude, first of all, Chris is my boy. Okay, probably my favorite character in the series, and it was so good to see his normal face back. I'm very sad they changed his voice actor though. He was so good. But yeah, I shat myself. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? But then I was like, you know what? Chris is my boy. He knows what he's doing. You know what? Kill me if you want to. I trust in you, buddy. So I knew that something must have been up. I was intrigued. No, but there was actually a hint of like, is he evil, dude? Because at the end of Resident Evil 7, he's working for Umbrella, but it's good Umbrella. So it's like, the fuck is going on here, man? Gotta solve the mystery. Yeah, I mean, it was a bit weird that he didn't tell Ethan from the beginning what is going on. They
addressed that. So.
Yeah, they did address it. And they kind of made it make sense, and we wouldn't have a video game if that didn't happen. But I feel like they could have made him look a little bit less dumb. Like, he could have at least said like, there's more to this. I'll explain, but there's no time right now, you know. But he's
instead of saying to Ethan like a dog, Ethan, don't.
Yeah, and then just like tormenting him, like. But whatever, it was cool for the story, so I don't care. But yeah, dude, I was like, okay, I'm moving to the ending now. Again, super spoiler. I mean, I don't know. How many times I have to say spoiler alert? I'm just afraid that people will get upset at me. But dude, when it goes to the Chris section, and you play as Chris, dude, I pumped my fist in the air and shouted. I cried. I was so happy, dude. I was like, finally. He's on the fucking poster. Why can't I just play as him, man?
By the way, did you at any point think Ethan was actually dead?
No, because of the pre-spoiler that I mentioned, like the confirmation of like, because even up to that point, I was like, there's still nothing that you could have shown me that would have been a spoiler. So he's probably gonna come back and be all mutilated or something. You know, that was my thought process. It's very sad. So were you convinced he was dead then?
No, because I also I remember the whole like Resident Evil 7 thing. I constantly was thinking, like, yeah, Ethan is infected, and
Yeah. But still, I mean,
know.
no heart is a bit like a next step. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, it showed considering he, had some issues after that.
Yeah. And he did like survive longer than most people would without a heart, I think.
I think I think the main issue was before that is that Ethan was fine because he didn't think about the fact that he was dead. But you can't deny the fact that when your heart gets pulled out, that you should have been dead. And at that point, the illusion that he himself made up broke.
So you're saying he was oblivious?
Yeah, I mean, that's why he's like, oh, what the fuck, when he reattaches his reattaches his foot in Resident Evil 7,
Right.
and and he just when he rips his arms open to escape Dimitrescu, like the first time when he gets pulled up, like he puts something on it and bandages it, like because he's like, oh, I need to fix this up, but then he doesn't think about the fact how quickly it heals.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
the heart was like a confirmation, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because I mean, limbs are attachable in the right circumstance, not necessarily
exactly. Even is not a doctor. I think when he attached it after Dimitrescu's fight, then at that point he was like, oh, thank God it works. He wasn't sure if it was going to work.
If I just put it back, it'll connect, right?
Mm.
Dude, I can't tell you though. I mean, look, I was sad. Poor boy. He sacrificed a lot. He fought so hard. But the whole time I was just like, Chris, please be okay. Please be okay, Chris, okay? That's all I cared about, man. That's all I really cared about. I was like, just don't die, man.
Bro.
I'll get you through this, dude.
I mean, I genuinely really liked Ethan.
No, I do too. I'm joking. I just like Chris a lot more. But I'm joking. He was a cool character, and like to see him go through so much in both these games, it was really cool.
To me, Ethan was the normal guy compared to Chris.
Yes.
And all that.
The seventh game was that. It was normal guy in a weird situation. Like all the previous ones, Leon's, I'm a cop on my first day, but I'm still a badass, you know. And Chris is like a fucking spec ops, whatever. It was kind of cool to see, because Chris is always like underprepared, under-equipped in all his situations. It was kind of cool in his segment to see him come and just destroy everything with the assault rifles, and that was kind of cool. You never get to be the cleanup crew in Resident Evil, from what I can remember.
By the way, I'm pretty certain they're going to have DLC with the crew of Chris because they have so much character building for them.
That's I thought that too, but I remember reading that they said they had no plans. That doesn't necessarily mean that they won't do it, but yeah. The Chris DLC was really cool in 7, and even all the weird side stuff. I don't know did you play those in 7?
I watched it.
Right, the whole. I love the escape room one. We talked about it, I think, on the podcast at some point.
Yeah.
Like I forgot her name. The mother is like, eat up, and then she leaves the room and she's like, fucking stay there, and then you just gotta like slowly work out of the room, like escape, but then you gotta put everything back the way it was when she comes in, or else she fucks you up. That was a really cool mechanic. It was really clever design. I love that section. Yeah, I hope they do DLC, because I'm itching for more, but I'm not really like, I don't really play the mercenaries mode, or yeah,
though this one actually has some really neat stuff.
I played it for like 5 minutes. I saw the, like, you can upgrade, right? Yeah, I mean, are you a fan of mercenaries? You play that?
Yeah, I played a bit, but yeah, I know what you mean though. I personally think it's like the best one out of all of them so far.
Yeah, I think so too, probably, but yeah. Like, if they let me play as Wesker or something, then I'll be like, alright.
You will give me an egg.
Is that, I'm confused now. Is that a quote from the game?
Oh yeah, but like you can request items in 5, and
right. You showed me that.
You will give me an egg.
Right. Yeah. You will give me an egg. Yeah. So, let me think.
But yeah, Ethan was the normal guy that got into all of this shit, and he rose to the challenge. I think he was a great protagonist.
He was. Yeah. I'm just like, whatever. He's not. Yeah, I like others more. It doesn't mean I didn't feel for him. He was really cool, and it was so visceral. Like, you really experience everything he goes through in the 7th and 8th game, like, with all the fucking, like, when he's hanging from the hooks.
Definitely.
That was horrible to watch.
I was also thinking, when I saw that F button there, I was like, please don't do what I think you're gonna do, Ethan.
Oh, I thought he was gonna do something a little bit, I thought he was gonna, like, you know, lift up and pull off, but the thing that he did was way worse. And, yeah, horrible.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Sorry, I was thinking like there was something I wanted to say.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. I should have written it down. But I was thinking, oh, I'll remember it all. Let's just have a moment of silence and think. Let me look at screenshots, maybe it'll... Oh, dude, I can't wait to play Resident Evil Reverse, huh?
No.
It's not out yet. I will, I mean, will you play it with me for like 30 minutes? Until we get bored and say this is really shit?
Maybe. Maybe. That's a big maybe, my man.
It looks so bad. Alright, sorry, yeah, we'll go back to Village, the actual good thing. It looks so bad.
But yeah, I mean, with Ethan, they kind of went the route of making him like the gore child of the series. Like, he was the protagonist that's supposed to suffer, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah. Well, because these two games, they're first person, they're a lot more realistic. Yeah. Even Chris is like... I mean, he's serious in the other games, but he's like borderline cold in this game sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at least on the exterior, like maybe he cares deep down, but like in the other games that he was in, he was never really like that. Why'd they change his voice actor, man? He was so unique. Just cause, I bet you it was just because of like, oh, we want the mocap guy to be the same, like they did that with the Splinter Cell as well. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Are you sure? Like, I mean, I guess, but isn't the game made in Japan? Wouldn't the mocap be done? I guess it would probably still be.
I watched the mocap. There's some in the menu, and you can see the guy playing Chris. Oh, by the way, did you think Heisenberg sounded a little bit weird? Like, kind of, like a bit wimpy.
He sounded like he was having a fedora on the entire.
Yes, yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say next. Oh, not the fedora. I was gonna say like a fucking neck beard. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like, he sounds like someone a fedora wearer trying to be cool, which he is technically. That's why he was so anime. That's why he reminded me of you, Striking. You know?
Wow. Alright.
No, I'm joking, but you also got that impression, right? Like, I don't know. The voice was, I kind of liked it, but at the same time I didn't. It was very weird. Like,
I think it was very Resident Evil. It was just the right amount of cheese in the voice.
It was like, it was kind of like little Keanu Reeves. He sounded, you know,
like just I think
like wake up, Samurai Winters, you know, kind of.
Yeah, I feel like it just. I think that the reason was that I enjoyed him the most of all of it is because he just perfectly encompassed the cheesiness of Resident Evil. Like, he could have gone global saturation, even.
Yeah, he was the Wesker of this game. They gave an explanation.
Cheesy Wesker.
Yeah. Wesker was kind of more monotone, but his powers were like super anime. Here was a bit reversed. I'm kind of disappointed. Yeah, until the final fight. Then he was super anime. Like a mega Dragon Ball anime.
What were you disappointed by?
I was disappointed we didn't get to fight him with his hammer. Like, you actually find it as a treasure to just sell. Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh well.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes in Resident Evil. Though I suppose it kind of is better because if it wasn't something, I mean, it was a spectacle, and it was beautifully Resident Evil to just go fucking a robot with like to go into a mech suit.
Exactly, like
gun, minigun, and also a chainsaw to block attacks.
No matter how grounded these first-person ones were, they always get bonkers at the end. Like, just fuck it, man. You remember what franchise this is? We're about to remind you. Yeah, that was crazy. I love, by the way, in these two newer ones, the first-person ones, they reduced the notes by so much. It's like 1% of what it used to be, but they have such interesting info, and they're kind of like hidden. But I love that they managed to ground everything again. Like, you see, like I'm trying to remember, or like the hallucination segment with the dolls. It's like, this is weird even for Resident Evil. But then you find a note like somewhere completely in the side place, like, oh, the gardener is like, oh, she asked me to put some flowers here, and I saw my dead wife, and it's like, oh, okay, he was hallucinating. These flowers were around, and you kind of put the pieces together. And they did that a lot in this game, and I think in the previous one, where they explain all the weirder shit to make it kind of more plausible.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I know what you mean, yeah. Something about even that, like the ending. One thing that I found sad is I'm happy that they decided to go into first person for his final moment. I think that was important.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit weird when they kept cutting out of first person, honestly, because the game could have easily been all first person.
No. I mean, after you lose your heart, you kind of
that one sure, but they did it before, like with the Duke when he appeared, and they cut away sometimes.
Those that's okay. Like Duke I get, but I feel like most of the cutouts had story reason. I feel like it was the last cutout where it started being third person when Ethan gets carried away. That's the point where it's trying to tell you this is not going to end well for Ethan. Ethan knows, and this is the way of the game to show you that you should know as well.
When it goes to third person, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though one thing, like I said, when you go back into the detonator, I'm quite happy they went into first person.
Yeah.
Though one thing I would have loved there was if you were the one to press the detonator button.
I'm always torn on that, because it's like, yes on one hand, but on the other hand, you give the player the ability to make it fucking awkward.
I mean, if they want to make it awkward,
if they want to make it, I agree. If they want to, sure. But sometimes, like, the button prompt doesn't appear because they want it to be immersive, and you're just sitting there and you're like, oh, do I have to click it? And then it's like a bit awkward. But if they just, I mean, sure, there's an easy way to solve that. Just put the prompt from the beginning and allow you the time you want. Like you play the character. I agree. He kind of did it quite quickly.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been nice giving you like the option where like we press hold on right click, for instance, in order to release a lever so you can press the button.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool. And also, I feel like, I mean, you were a bit, Chris said wait a little bit, and he like did it quite quickly.
Yeah.
Like Chris still has to like leave the village, remember?
Yep. Also, it was fucking hilarious to me that this one explosive to the knife was a fucking atomic bomb.
Sorry, what?
Chris threw the explosive to the thing with a knife.
Yeah. Oh, was it on a knife? Right.
Yeah, and that small explosion.
Yeah.
Blew up the entire.
I mean,
village.
dude, he's been dealing with this kind of shit for 20 years. At this point, they better just have like an atom bomb ready to nuke the place.
Also, this is the first Resident Evil game I remember where there is no super weapon at the end.
What was the super weapon in the previous one?
You get like just before Evelyn like throws in the ground, then like from the helicopter drops the super magnum or whatever it is.
Oh right. I mean, you kind of get the mech, but it's with Heisenberg.
No, yeah, like I said, it's not like to finish off the big bad.
Mm-hmm.
In all other games, there was a super weapon.
I'm not sure about all of them. In the third one, there definitely was. I remember that.
Fourth one had rocket launcher of Ada. Fifth one, you had a literal cutscene where you could also fail the final shot with the double.
Oh, dude, I love Resident Evil 5. It's so good. Yeah. It like the rockets graze his face, and you do a synced rocket launcher shot. Oh, yeah. While he's in lava.
One obviously, two also had that. I'm pretty certain when you fight the monster in the train.
I don't remember what weapon you'd use there.
I'm not sure if it's like in 2 and 3, but
anyway, I get what you mean.
4, 5, and 6.
This
7.
one also didn't have a lab that's counting down to self-destruct as you run out of it. That's also something different.
Yeah. By the way, did you like the little lab segment of Miranda, where she's like, "Oh, by the way, hey hey, my name is Spencer. I am your apprentice."
Yeah. I was like, no. By the way, yeah, I thought Chris's reaction there was very lackluster. He was like, Spencer here? Huh. It was something like that.
I think he had more on his mind at the moment, just.
I don't know, man. No, it should have been a little bit more. There should have been a bit more weight, like just a little. If you go back and listen to it, it was the wrong emotion. He was kind of like, huh, I got a toy with my cereal box. All right, you know. It should have been like, what? Someone ate the cereal? You know. Old Chris would have done it. Old Chris would have done it.
One thing, by the way, I feel like Ethan should have been a bit more. As after Chris revealed that the Mia was fake, I was surprised that Ethan wasn't like, "Where the fuck is the real Mia then?"
Right. I don't quite remember the exact situation. So he didn't. Wait, when did he tell him that?
When he was building the mech for to fight Heisenberg.
Right. I mean, it doesn't really matter at that point. It's obviously implied that because Chris in that moment doesn't. Yeah. What?
Sorry, what I'm saying, it's not about Chris. It's about Ethan to learn that his wife wasn't his real wife. Okay, that's pretty shock.
Yeah.
But why isn't his fucking first reaction as Mr. Family Boy to go, where the fuck is the real Mia then?
Well, yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. It's obviously if Chris is giving him that info, then it's implied that like, hey, I found her. You know, she's with me.
Find her.
Oh, well, then I don't remember the exact situation when he said it.
Like he said it in the Heisenberg, like just before the Heisenberg fight, and you find Mia in the segment playing as Chris down in the lab.
Yeah.
You find her afterwards, and then you. So he at that point he didn't even know where she was, or if she was alive or anything. But like I'm not even mad at Chris for not saying it. But I'm mad about this. Ethan, the family man, is not at least giving a throwaway line like, "Where the fuck is Mia then?"
Yeah, but was this after Chris found her?
No, that was before.
This was
Chris
before. Okay, so Chris at that point just said, "Hey, she wasn't the real one." That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Right. Well, then yes, yeah, sure. If it is how you're saying, then yeah, he should have been like, "Where is she?"
Yeah. Remember the whole segment with the Eisenberg fight was before he even lost his heart, and the segment with Chris, where at the end of it you find Mia, that was after Ethan dies.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Yeah. That then it didn't jump out at me at the moment, but I guess I understand.
Yeah, but the most horrible thing about that whole section where you're in the tank is in the elevator. I noticed there was a fucking goat and I couldn't shoot it fast enough.
Oh no! Really?
Yep.
There was a goat. At some point, I was wondering if there would be one, but in the previous elevator in the factory, I thought that. Oh, that's so sad.
In the elevator when you were in the tank and go up to fight Heisenberg. I saw a goat there, but I wasn't fast enough to shoot it.
That's so sad. It was probably your last one too, man.
It's a big oof, my man.
The saddest thing for me in that elevator was my tank was just making noise the whole time. It was like, and that was annoying. But you know what? It's okay. By the way, I didn't shoot Dimitrescu because I didn't want to get bloodstains on her dress. Can you like with Mr. X, you could shoot his hat off. Can you do that with her?
I don't think so, but maybe you can though.
Because I was like, I'm not gonna waste ammo. You know, like I can't
Same
kill her.
for me.
So yeah, we've been in this business for a long time, dude. We understand the conserve. I feel like I could have played on hard. I was so good with conserving ammo.
Yeah, I did run out of ammo at the end, though, Lord.
Actually, at the end, I did too. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think Resident Evil is actually the harder difficulties are meant to be played on like with special additions after you beat it the first time, like better guns, more crafting recipes and stuff like that. Because I know that you unlocked that after you beat it the first time. So I'm trying to find. There was stuff I wanted to talk about, man. The ending was kind of intriguing with Rose.
Yeah, and at the end you see a person in front of the car.
A person in front of the car?
Yep, the car stops at the end of the road and there's
right. I wasn't sure if it was still meant to be intended, like someone was just I thought that the car was still driving into the distance.
Yeah,
so they actually stopped.
I thought that as well until I realized that when I looked at it again, I saw that it stopped and there was a guy on the side that walked towards the car.
Interesting.
Also, from what I heard, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that they used Ethan's model for that person.
I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that. Maybe it was
Yeah.
just like, but interesting.
Also, my boy deserves a face.
You think so? I'm seeing. Oh, there's a poster art where you can kind of see the side of his face.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even did you buy the figure of Ethan?
No.
The figure of Ethan has a black face.
I mean, I get it. It's fine. It was too much effort for them.
No.
Well, because it's first person, so they were like, whatever, No.
No. It wasn't about effort. It was about like making so like it's kind of an insert character. Like that's why they try to maybe make him the normal guy. But I feel like after
You think by the end it was meant to be insert?
he was definitely an insert more because like some of that like in 7 there's a reason it was made into with VR in mind all that.
Fine, in 7 maybe he had less.
And what I'm saying is that they kept that from 7, even though I would have said that they shouldn't have. They should have given him face
At this point. You're right. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because like it showed
possibly.
that he was a character.
Yeah, I understand. I'm trying to think what other games had. I feel like there has been another game in the past where there's like a face reveal in the second or third game.
I guess Dead Space kind of.
No, you see him in the first game at the beginning
at
and
the
end. And the beginning,
Oh.
you can see him in the beginning as well.
In the beginning, only if you know that you could look at it.
Yeah, but you still can. The devs didn't intend to make it mysterious, like Master Chief or something.
Yeah, kind
of. All right, whatever. It's fine. Yeah. Fuck. There was so much. I'm like scouring for screenshots.
How about we quickly go over the buying system and such?
I mean, what are we gonna fucking talk about? It? Yeah, that was fun.
Did you enjoy the upgrading and such?
Yeah, I did. It was fun. Yeah, but I mean, what more is there to say?
I mean, I personally have to say I like the kind of the upgrading and the different weapons that they were like where you get like like each pistol being different.
Wasn't it like that in the previous one? It was.
What?
It was like that in the 7th one too.
I mean, kind of, but less so. Like I think in 7 there were only 2 different shotguns.
Yes, but there were more pistols.
There were there were 2 or 3 shotguns. I think 2 shotguns. Yeah, 2 shotguns. I think 2 pistols and a revolver.
I don't know. I mean, whatever. It's more or less the same.
But
it was satisfying. It was satisfying. It was fun to like. It felt. I was really accomplished when like, oh yeah, I got a new attachment.
Yeah. Also, I have to say that the Magnum in this game felt really strong.
Yeah. I missed like 2 of the shots and I felt so sad because
God,
when you aim down sight, it becomes a tiny dot. So I was like, oh, it's accurate now. No, it's not. It's not accurate. You still got to go up to their face if you want to land the shot.
What? I didn't have to.
Then you got lucky. It's like a larger circle and yeah. You got lucky, kid. Not bad for your first time.
Yeah. I also like the optional shit that you could do with the treasures.
Yeah? I love that stuff. I love exploration and Resident Evil does it so well. Like they reward you so well.
Especially for
it's all interesting. Oh yeah, something I wanted to say. Yeah, sorry.
Go on. No, sorry, you first.
Remember what you wanted to say. I was just gonna say I really love in this game that they brought back I don't remember it being in the previous one, but I love the unpredictability of when you're shooting an enemy. Like how many fucking bullets is it gonna take? Like you unload 7 shots to their head to kill one normal Lycan.
I mean, it's a lot of damage that you need to do, but I don't think it was unpredictable.
No, you're right. It wasn't unpredictable. You're right. That's a different point. It was a lot of damage. Number 1, that's something I like.
Yeah.
But I do.
The remake did unpredictable.
Yes. I think it did, and the older games. That's something I do kind of miss, but I get why it would be annoying for some people. But it was kind of cool, like, because they're just walking corpses. They're not going to all work the exact same way. And I feel like the animations in Resident Evil 2 Remake were kind of better when you shot zombies.
Like, I mean, yeah, they were because it was whole designed around the idea of like the impact on zombies and such.
Yeah, that's something. Looking back, that the remakes did a bit better. Like the zombies really were shambly and like physics driven, and when you hit them, like the bullet holes like fucking really impacted them. And I mean, I guess they were more zombie-like, but the lichens kind of have a very arcadey animation. When you hit them, they just like wiggle.
Yeah, I mean the lichens aren't zombies.
Yeah, fine. I mean, well, the zombies also acted that way. The like priest-looking dudes with the robes. But whatever, that's a minor complaint.
Yeah, I mean they kind of. I'm not sure. Are they zombies?
I don't know, but I mean, I'm just saying you would expect that they would react that way. I'm talking about like the impact animation, but whatever. That's more minor. It would have been cool if it didn't downgrade from what it was at some point, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, also a scene that I really liked was when you fight against the first werewolf, and you have like scour the houses until you get to the flame grenade launcher and then turn it around on them.
Yeah, that was cool. Those guys were creepy. Did you kill the alpha?
Of course I did.
Dude, I heard a howl and I was like, does that sound like something I need to kill? And I turned around and I used all my ammo. My god, that thing took so much damage.
Yep, same.
But it was worth it. It was fucking worth it.
Definitely felt right.
Yeah, I killed everything I could. Which is a bit weird for Resident Evil. I mean, I guess I still had the mindset of like, sorry?
It was normal, so you know.
Yeah. I had the mindset of like the first game where it's like avoid killing anything if you can. But I eventually got over that. All right. I mean, whatever. I can't really think of anything else.
I guess I like that the treasure combining came back. That was neat.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. That's just Resi stuff. It was good.
No.
It was good.
What do you mean there's Resi? That's Resi 4 stuff.
The treasure combining specifically, not the. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that was only in 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I really like that. I was thinking of just like inspecting them in general and.
Yeah, what something I also really like is that there was kind of a Metroidvania element almost, like with the, for instance, the wells. Where you then later unlock the wheel, then you can go back to all the wells.
Yeah, I mean that is a Resident Evil thing though, not necessarily with like wells, but I mean you always get like a new key that you can now open some optional doors with if you backtrack.
But I mean, like it felt more Metroidvania in the sense that like it opened shortcuts and such often. And especially the part where you then got the what you call the thing where you could lower bridges with, and then you got access to the boat and could go to the to the unique paths.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
on the river.
That's the stuff I was talking about. I love that. All right. I mean,
but yeah, I think that is about it for the game. It's good. I like it a lot.
It's good. It was really fun. It was really fun. Yeah. I feel like I still feel like I think I liked 7 more. Maybe I think it was just more of a surprise for me. Like
yeah, I can see that.
It was something very different, but in a good way. Like something that I loved about 7. I was a bit skeptical at first because I was like, what did they do to my Resident Evil? What is this? You know, looks like they're just trying to make PT. But then it opens up, and then you do see Resident Evil creatures. Like, but it's in such a very real setting. It was like really cool for me as a discovery. But I loved this as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, talk about discovery. Something that that kind of blocked me. Remember, like the first time you find a locked door, you need to find a bolt cutter to open it.
Right. Yeah.
And then later, like after Dimitrescu, there is another locked door. But at that point, I didn't realize you could just shoot locks. So I was walking around the place for a while until I realized, oh wait, I
that's
could just shut the
unfortunate.
door open.
I tried immediately. Alright, so I think that does it for our Resident Evil talk.
I think so.
So for the last time, Dimitrescu. Dimitrescu. It's Romanian. It's not French. It's not American. It's not whatever the fuck you want it to be. Listen, even if she says it like that, it's like the GIF guy. He says GIF, fuck that guy. It's GIF. What are you, stupid? All right, thank you. All right, let me remove the spoiler tag. Imagine if someone actually had it muted this whole time and is just waiting for my signal. Hey, the spoilers are over. Hey. So should I remove this Leon because that counts as a spoiler, right?
I don't know. I think that counts as a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Did you like my special Wesker, by the way?
Show it to me again.
I was just looking. I just searched funny Wesker face, and I just found a mod called retarded Wesker, and that was the screenshot. And I was like, all right, that's okay. There. it puts Wesker's texture, I think, on like one of the henchmen that you fight in Resident Evil 5. And
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's the guy that got injected with revolves, I believe.
yeah. Oh, fuck! I fucked up everything.
I mean, the most important Wesker mod is still the Wesker Crow mod.
The what mod?
Wesker's Crow. Wesker. The Crow's a Wesker.
I haven't seen that one.
Hold on.
Why do you do this to me, podcast? Why do you change things? Dude, Resident Evil 5 is so good, man. It's so different, but it's so good. Like, I would love if they got a different team, so they can still make their main one that everyone loves, you know, all this horror shit, but also make a good co-op. Like, 5 was really good. 6 not so much. 5 was really good. Did you ever play? Did you ever play the, what were they called? Survivors or something? It was like you play as normal ass people. Speaking of normal ass people.
You mean the Survivor Stories from Resident Evil 2 remake?
No. What the fuck was it called? You play as like just some nobodies, like a gang of people. Resident Evil games list. Let's see here. So you probably didn't play it though, if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Probably not.
It was called this name that I'm gonna say now.
Oh, interesting.
It was called Outbreak. Resident Evil Outbreak. Did you ever play these? You probably didn't then. Alright, cool, thank you. Good discussion. It looked interesting.
Yeah.
I can't say much more about it because I didn't play it, so good discussion.
Cool.
Alright, well, we can pivot off of Resident Evil and talk about... Dude, I've got a good list here of shit. Got a good list of shit here.
There's a lot I want to talk about, but these days are gone.
I mean, since you made that awful segue, then go ahead.
Did you? I mean, have you ever heard of the game before it came to Steam?
Yeah. I told you. Oh, right. Yeah. No. Yeah, I have. I was gonna say I told you about it coming to Steam, but yeah.
I know.
Anime laugh.
No, I mean, I had the game on the PS4. I didn't enjoy it. No, it was a great game, but I hate PS4 controls. I hate controllers for games like that.
Yeah, you said that.
I was right. Turns out that I love this game on PC when you can actually have control over what you're shooting.
I mean,
dealing with hordes and zombies is still like difficult, but it doesn't feel as bullshit when you can actually hit headshots without having to pray to Jesus.
It's funny because this looks like a game that, since it was designed for controller, I probably would still play with a controller. Unless it's like super shooter heavy, then maybe.
It's a shooter game. I mean, it's a.
So it's not it's not survival. Like you are. It's like Left 4 Dead. It's like Left 4 Dead. You're mowing down.
No. It is survival, open world. Like I'm saying is that freaks are scary when they get close to you, the zombies.
Yeah.
And you want to shoot them before they do, especially when you deal with larger groups, because if there's more than, like, let's say 2 people at you, then you are done for.
Okay. I love seeing this trailer with no gameplay. Pretty cool.
Cool.
Okay.
I can only say it is a great game. I love the story in it. I love the
Open world does turn me off though a little bit. I mean, obviously it can be good. Like, is it good, the open world, or is it kind of just filler?
I think it is good. Let me think about this exactly. But
So I mean, like on a scale of Assassin's Creed to Evil Within 2.
what's the like? Evil Within did one of the best.
Exactly. Evil Within 2 had a really compelling open world, whereas like Assassin's Creed Syndicate and Unity, like in that era, it was kind of just filled with bullshit.
Yeah, let me think about it.
Okay, so it sounds somewhere in the middle-ish, maybe then.
Hold on, let me just. Okay, so if Evil Within 2 is a 10, I think this would be an 7.
Okay. So it's okay. Like it's fine. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, like
I mean, Evil Within 2, I don't think it's a 10 open world, but it's good.
I mean, what I'm saying is like there isn't more like place-to-place exploration where you get rewarded for it by finding collectibles, but instead like the overworld is there to like like to get you to some of the main places, and sometimes you have random events happen in between them. And the important part is that the traversing of the overworld is really well done with the bike. It generally is
Okay.
just feels right. Just feels good.
That sounds good.
Yeah. There is, and I didn't play on it, but there is a mod that does emote that disables fast travel and like makes it so you can't use survival vision. But the fast travel I wouldn't mind at all. I haven't fast traveled once in the game just
Wait,
because.
it disables fast travel, you're saying?
Yes.
Why would you want a mod to disable fast travel?
No, not mod. Difficulty.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I like when games. I'm doing that in Assassin's Creed currently. You can fast travel, but I don't do it that often when I can. Like it's fun. It's always a good sign when the world is fun to explore. Unlike okay, no, worst open world I played was Watch Dogs 2. I thought the driving was horrible.
Yeah. I never got far in Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 1 I kind of enjoyed, but I think that's kind of a good.
Yeah, okay, we're in the same boat then. Yeah, I actually really liked Watch Dogs 1. It was something new. 2 was kind of the same. It did some new stuff, but it just like it was one of the few games I stopped playing. I don't do that often. I usually see a game through to the end, but it was a slog.
But yeah,
So Days Gone.
Yeah, good overworld that I think is really fun to traverse. I've never wanted to fast travel once in it so far.
Good. It looks fun. It looks cool.
Nice main character also, but I really like about it is, the whole thing where like it's always the main character is talking to the player kind of, in order to say things sometimes.
Right. Yeah. Going back to Resident Evil, I thought Ethan did that a bit weirdly sometimes as well. Like.
Yeah. But in Days Gone they make kind of a thing of it because after all this is supposed to be after like an apocalypse basically where all shit went down. And the character you're playing, Deacon, is a bit crazy. So he says it in a like actually talking to himself way, and not in a way like,
Right.
man, I hope this key is still there. Like, okay, so crawl over there. Yeah, I got my mouth off. Good.
Right. So he is actually like
a bit mental.
A bit mental.
Yeah.
A bit mental.
I mean, also like example is like when you fight bandits and he's like fucking bandits trying to ambush drifters. Yeah, let me show you how you like being ambushed yourself.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. That sounds really. He's like just kind of like at his end, I guess. Like he's done. He's done with like dealing with this, and he's kind of lost his patience and.
Yeah, and that kind of lost a bit of his mind.
A little bit of his mind, yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is an extremely well done performance by the character, the person that plays him.
That's cool. That's
and
cool.
I have to say, it's a game I can recommend. It also is really nice that, there's one of the things is there can be hordes of zombies in this.
Yeah.
And they are actually fucking terrifying.
That's good. I love the feeling of being overwhelmed by zombies. That doesn't happen often in games.
Yeah, it is possible to like kind of deal with hordes if you prepare. It's also the thing, it's like one of those things that you need to finish is like kill all the hordes.
Yeah.
But the what makes it so hard is the fact that not only do you die insanely quickly, like if they get on you, I'm playing on hard, not even the hardest difficulties. There's hard 1 and hard 2.
Yeah.
I'm playing hard 1, and then they get on me. I die in about a second.
Okay.
if there's like a horde just reaches you, you can outrun them while you have stamina, but your stamina regenerates really slowly. And if they get to you, you're kind of fucked. And so you need to really prepare to take out a horde. And that's like, I always feel like I need to actually use all my shit for it. Like, place mines at advance, throw molotovs, grenades, stuff like that. It never feels like I just get to mow down a horde because I feel like it.
Yeah, I feel like not many games do that. I feel like Resident Evil obviously does that. I feel like maybe Witcher also made me actually use my inventory sometimes. Witcher 3, but I don't think anything else other than those two games.
I mean, you gotta play Witcher 3 on the highest difficulty.
I did recently, and
it's good, isn't it? It's so hard.
I mean, it actually got pretty easy after you like level up a little bit.
The beginning is the hard part, and I love that. Like, it generally feels like you have to be extremely careful about everything, and even later, while you get pretty strong, it still feels like you get strong because you know how to deal with things and know how to use the mechanics. But if you fuck up, you die quickly.
Yeah. No, that was good. Yeah. Now that I'm used to it, I would say it's the default difficulty.
But yeah, Days Gone, good game. I can recommend it.
Very nice. Since I briefly mentioned, sorry, 1 second.
Jesus, that's not what I expected when you said 1 second. But go on.
I muted it on stream, so you got to hear that alone. Fucking hell, it's still. Hang on. All right.
I mean, I wouldn't say that about the Jews, but I'll go on.
Jesus. So I played Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. Been playing it since the first one, since it first came out.
But
yeah, there is kind of a but. Yeah, isn't it funny how humans can pick up on that? So hang on, let me just get some gameplay up or whatever. Boom. So yeah, Assassin's Creed, huge fan. I love them. I did feel burnout at some point, like everyone else, but I always just like take like 2 years break and then play like the 2 or 3 in a row that they released. I did that with all of them. I actually do like the modern day story. Not anymore. Now it's a bit meh, but whatever. I was invested. I liked Assassin's Creed. You know, it was good. It was good.
My boy Desmond got done dirty.
Sorry?
My boy Desmond got done dirty.
Yeah. I mean, I guess spoiler warning, whatever. It's fine.
It's old game.
It's super old. Yeah, it's fine. At this point, so I played Origins. I was like, dude. I mean, before, I think only when the second game came out, like, just Ezio Italy, I was thinking to myself like, they gotta do ancient Egypt. That would be so cool. And they finally did. I'm really excited. By the way, I also remember saying they should do India, they should do China, and no, maybe I didn't say Russia. Maybe I did. I don't know. And they fucking did all of those super interesting ones, but in like spin-off 2D games.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Why would you do fucking China in a side game when you fucking did colonial America in a mainstream game? By the way, that was a good game too, but you know what I mean? Like, oh, fucking England steampunk, France. I mean, they're all the same shit basically. India would have been so cool to see realized. Maybe they'll still do it. I don't know. Anyway, Egypt. I was super stoked, and I played it, and I was, even knowing the changes, I was like really, really let down. I was really disappointed. I was like, because the climbing, all the animations felt janky. You can't even fucking climb upstairs without looking stupid, which is really ridiculous. My immersion was immediately broken. Like, you enter this new village and it's like 10 XP. You reach this place and there's like UI everywhere. Enemies are super spongy. Like, the combat was so good before. It was like, honestly, one of the best combats, I think, in the old games. I think in Unity they really mastered it, even, maybe, if I'm remembering correctly. But they used to do it really well. Like, you counted, everyone died with like 1 hit. It felt so good. And yeah, playing Origins, like, everyone was super spongy. They all have like giant health bars above them. It was like arcadey, and the animations felt shitty. You can climb pretty much any surface without any worry. I was very disappointed.
Yeah, it's kind of like I think like look how they massacred my boy.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it looked beautiful, and like
Mm.
it was. But I was like, fuck, the gameplay is a bit shittier. But okay, whatever. And then the second day, I fucking loved it because I put on easy difficulty, which I haven't done in years, and suddenly everyone's dying in 2-3 hits, and whatever. The animations still kind of suck, like with running and climbing. They feel a bit floaty. There's no like weight. Like in the old games, all your clothes felt heavy, and you also had a lot of parkour moves. Like I don't know if you remember. Did you play Assassin's Creed? I'm kind of talking as if you.
I mean, I played most of it. Like
Okay.
most of the old games. I think I
Yeah.
stopped kind of in 3.
Okay. Like yeah, Assassin's Creed 2, like with Ezio, you could purposefully reach out your hands to like grab a certain ledge. I think you can kind of do that here, but it's not taught to you. You could like leap. You could choose your direction to leap, go super high. Whatever. There was like options. Here they really dumbed it down. Fine, like it's acceptable because I guess they want to streamline the running. Although your character doesn't do simple shit like just hop over a fence uninterrupted. Like you'd expect that as an assassin he would like leap over, and he doesn't do that. He like climbs onto it and then jumps down, which is really stupid.
I know what you mean.
But with all that said, I actually love it now. After putting it down to easy, honestly, like the combat still sucks, but whatever. The world is just so amazing. Like it actually feels like you're there. Like and I believe that they used Origins as some sort of teaching. Like they sold a version of the game where you can explore Egypt and learn history about it. Like they really did research, I think, on a lot of the stuff. Like man, I don't fast travel if I don't have to, and I just walk everywhere and I listen to the people chattering and the music and the visuals. It's so beautiful, and it's so cool to see Egypt colorful, because normally in media you always see it like it's yellow and stuff, but it's all painted still, even though this is like at the end of it's after the Ptolemy era, which is like, so Egypt has existed for already like 2,000 3,000 years, so it's still far into ancient Egypt, but still everything looks beautiful and it's so cool. Like I don't think I've ever done such a 180 on a game. I mean, I didn't hate it, but I was really disappointed. But like there's cool stuff like the chariot. You can do chariot races, which are really cool. Climbing the pyramids is so amazing, and I really like the main character. It's good, man. Like I actually love it, and I was going in expecting more bullshit open world. But they toned it down and fixed it. Like, it doesn't feel like a Ubisoft open world. All the side missions are actually relatively interesting. Most of them, at least. They're quite different. There aren't like a bunch of small collectibles to get. Like in Assassin's Creed 2, there was like many feathers and stuff. Like, okay, whatever, that was for the story. But and there's like chests to loot, but you don't have to get it all. And there's not that many towers to climb, and they're all simple. I guess the fun thing about the older Assassin's Creed was you had to think a little bit more about how to climb towers. You don't do that so much anymore. But what I'm saying is I actually don't find the open world super tedious, which is really interesting.
That's good.
Maybe it's because I haven't played a Ubisoft open world in a very long time, but I thought they actually did a really good job with making it worth your time and fun, and I'm gonna 100% the game. Like, I love it. I really love it.
It's good to hear. I personally prefer Odyssey over Origin.
I haven't played Odyssey yet. I'm gonna do. Yeah, it came out after this.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying anything about it except that I love the main character.
That's cool. Actually, I was worried about that because I know that you can choose your main character in this next one, right? So I was worried that they would be kind of more flat and like not developed. But I guess
I wouldn't say so. No, like
so it's like a shepherd thing, right? Like Mass Effect. Like they're still developed, but you just choose a gender, I guess.
No, you choose a sibling.
Oh, you choose a sibling.
You choose one of the two siblings.
I thought you're male or female.
Yes.
Right. Okay, yeah. So you choose your gender, yeah.
No, it's like saying they're both their own.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so it's like Syndicate, like right. They are both characters always. You just choose which one to play as.
Yes.
Okay. That makes me way less anxious about it. I was thinking it was gonna be some like yeah, whatever, just like non-existent character. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, Syndicate did that, but you played as both.
I mean, something they kind of did in Valhalla is that they made it so you can choose the gender of the main character, or even make it so the Animus decides at what points which gender is chosen.
Okay. The Animus changes the gender of the person that it's observing.
Apparently, there's supposed to be a story reason for that later, maybe. I don't know. But
Okay.
Personally,
I honestly really don't care about exploring Viking lands. That sounds a bit, I don't know. I feel like we've had so many Viking games. Like, why are we going to that?
I mean, it's not huge. There is a part is the Viking land, but most is England.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, you're Vikings. You're raiding.
Yeah. Okay. So even more boring. Holy shit, England.
What? Nah. I mean,
I mean, fine. I won't. I'm not gonna like die on this hill. Like, maybe it's interesting. Fine. I'll look up some gameplay. Let me see.
I can say I just personally enjoyed it so far, at least. I didn't play for
that's fair enough.
I never played things, but hey.
It is really cool to see to hear Greek in Origins, because you go to like Alexandria and the two civilizations were intertwined kind of, and you hear Greek being spoken, and I can tell that it's genuine, and yeah, it's cool. And also like I guess what they thought was ancient Egyptian. It's cool. Like, it all sounds authentic. The accents are correct. But something that fucking pisses me off. Why does Cleopatra sound British? Come on, man. Like, they were so close. I always hate that, like, in old Roman movies or Egyptian, they always talk British. Because we...
Oi, Mr. Caesar!
It's like, oh, sorry, the fucking people watching can't understand an accent. Like, it's so difficult to fucking get a grip on. But especially that the Animus is translating to English already, but it keeps the accents. But no, Cleopatra is a main character, so I talk British. And someone wrote on the forums, oh, it's just royalty. That's fucking bullshit. Because there's also some Romans that are just talking British with a British accent. It's like, what? But all of the guards, all the grunts are talking like Latin. Well, why can't you do that, man? It would have been like, that only annoys me probably in the whole fucking world. Like,
I get it.
But it's just like, you lose the authenticity that you could have had, and you don't get in any other game,
Yeah.
Like,
It's kind of like...
It was so close.
Yeah, I mean, voice acting is important. Like, kind of, for instance, Lex's voice acting in Paladins.
Capture the objective. Tell me, do the main characters in Odyssey have a Greek accent?
I am a bad person when it comes to hearing accent.
Okay, I mean, the thing is, the main character in Origins has an authentic accent, so...
I think...
So probably.
If I recall, I think they do, yes.
Okay, because that would upset me. I mean, I guess Ezio had Italian, and yeah, they're not gonna change it.
I'm pretty certain there's an accent on them.
I'm excited to, like... It's cool. And dude! I got oh shit, dude! The best two things about Origins! Oh, I just realized that you're not, Oh, I minimized Discord, so there's striking. There's my boy. It was just me, Wesker, and Chris. Being, I'm in Cyprus, the country, not the place in America, and you never see it represented in any game, because it's like, who the fuck knows about Cyprus?
Yeah.
Although there was actually a spin-off Assassin's Creed 1 PSP game that took place in Cyprus, but it's a spin-off PSP game, so I never played it. But it's cool to see, like, I got a weapon which was like, oh, this is Cypriot, it came all the way from Kypros. And dude, the fucking best part, are you ready for this? Another thing that I never see represented is my name, because it's just like an obscure Russian name, Gennady. But it also derives from Greek, Gennadios, or even Roman, Gennadius. And dude, there's a fucking like kind of main guy called Gennadios in Origins. He's like the first like target, and you kill him, and they mention him all the time. And because you kill him, it like starts this new mechanic in the game where there's like Phylakes always attacking you, which I believe is also an Odyssey. There's just like some strong units throughout the world hunting you, and I'm like, yeah, dude, they're hunting you because you killed Gennadios, dude. But it's cool. Like I've never seen my name before in a game except in Prey. I found a dead NPC with my name, and I was very happy.
Right.
I never finished that. That was a really good game.
Yeah, you should finish it.
I loved it. I don't know why I stopped. I loved it. But yeah, dead NPC. So the next step is we need a main character called Gennady or Genna or Gennadius. If you want like a gladiator, you go for it, man.
Yeah, I mean, probably also one of the reasons I enjoyed so much of what's the name again of the game where you said the overworld is so good?
Evil Within.
Yes,
Sebastian.
Mr. Sebastian.
I remember asking you this before, and I said like, oh, does it increase your enjoyment? But I think you said it didn't.
No. It's I definitely enjoy it more. Like I'm not saying like it breaks my immersion or anything like that. It just it's nice that to hear my name, you know.
Yeah, Sebastian.
Like,
Sebastian.
Yeah. Sadly, there's no NPC. There's no main character named Sebastian Balthazar Felix. But we'll get there eventually.
One day. Dude, do you like watching Little Mermaid when she talks to the crab?
Good old Sebastian.
Are you like, that's me, dude?
I mean, kind of, yes. It's like I'm also a stickler for rules, so yes, I get you. I get you, my crab man. I feel you.
I understand your issues.
And Sebastian is such a butler name.
Yes, definitely. If Bruce Wayne ever needs to replace Alfred, get a Sebastian.
Classic.
But yeah, Ass Creed. I really like it. Apart from the British accents, fuck off. All right, cool. I guess you mentioned Lex. I did have Paladins on my list here. I mean, should we talk about it's kind of old and whatever? It's
something more important because tomorrow it's dodgeball time.
Yeah, okay. So fuck Paladins. I mean, it's actually basically the premise is I went in expecting it to be shit. It's actually kind of fun. It's like Call of Duty Overwatch.
Yeah.
And you have some of the worst voice acting of all time. Capture the objective.
Yeah, and you also got beautifully edgy characters and people that think characters are edgy, but they aren't actually edgy. My boy Corvus.
Yeah, super edgy, super sexualized characters. It's got it all, dude.
Yeah, man.
You've got blatant Overwatch ripoffs, but some of them aren't. I think Striking, you also said this. I also thought the same. I think it probably started off as an Overwatch ripoff, and then they actually had to come up with original ideas, and they did.
It definitely feels.
But there's super OP moves that would never fly in Overwatch, but that's kind of why I like it. It's different.
Yeah.
Like
it's more arcadey.
Like you just grab someone from a distance and throw them off the map, and you're like, you're not a problem anymore. That would never. You can't. Reinhardt can't do that. He can't go, you know what, Widowmaker, fuck you. He can't do
Roadhog
that.
can.
Roadhog can. Basically. Alright, yeah. Knockout City. I mean, we talked about it already in the beta, I think.
Throw me.
Throw me. Keep an eye out for, oh, dude. We're gonna be playing this. We're gonna stream this. We're gonna do videos on this. I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
But it's not really, I mean, whatever. We talked about it in the beta. We can't really say much more. I'm exiting.
Yeah. It's just fucking good. It was fun. It's going to be fun. And, it's just dodgeball. What can you do wrong?
One thing that actually I played right around the time when we first discovered this, kind of similar art style, at least with the logo, and reminiscent of it at least, is Jet Set Radio!
Oh.
Dude, I played Jet Set Radio for the first time.
Yeah.
Since the last podcast, which was like 3 years ago.
Nice.
And, dude, I kind of wish I Let's Played it actually. Because I was just expecting a skating game. I did not expect the cops to fucking shoot you with helicopters. And I was laughing so hard. And like, they like grab you. Like, you're just spraying the walls. But they like huddle and like grab onto you like a parasite. Like 5 of them. And like, I mean, the military comes out to try and stop you, and the music is awesome. I love the characters. Yeah. It's so good, and I do wish I had Let's Played. I think I had some. Like, it would have been funny to see my reaction, dude. My boy, the fuck was his name? Professor K, or is that from WarioWare?
I know what you mean. I think it's Professor K. Could be wrong, but
yeah, I'm thinking of Jimmy T. Yeah, DJ Professor K. Yeah. They're similar. Dude, his hair has a life of its own. It like bounces when he talks. Just a radio. But yeah, I fell in love with it. Yeah. I really loved it.
It's a great game.
It was
of course, the music just sets it apart.
Yeah. I was
Amazing.
expecting it to be just a fun skating game, but I really loved it. I want the second one to come to Steam, and I want them
Yeah.
to make a new one.
And that reminds me of games similar to that, art style wise, would be Lethal League. Lethal League Blaze, the new one.
New one? It's not new anymore, right?
Yeah, but
2018, right?
newer.
Yeah.
Just an amazing game that I want to play with people, but no one ever plays it.
I'll fucking play it with you, bitch.
Yeah,
There's no like single player, right?
you.
It's just a fighting game.
It does have a story. Like it does have a story mode.
Oh, is it worth playing?
It's a small one. It's like fighting game story mode,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
I do want to try
Play
it. Maybe I will. It looks like the kind of game that you'd like if we picked it up at the same time. I'd be like, all right, man, that was a fun session. Good night. And then I come back on the next day and you're just still playing it. And you're like, hey man, want to play a match? And I'm like, okay, sure. It was fun us learning together yesterday. And then we play it and you destroy me. And it's like, oh, okay. It looks like one of those games. But you already have a fucking head start. You already have I can't see your playtime on it.
It is not much. It's only 3.4 hours.
What about normal Lethal League?
Let me check. It is 9 hours.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, yeah. But whatever. Yeah, no, it looks fun. I'll play it with you.
Yeah. Good game. But yes, that's a game.
Yeah, that is a good game.
Yeah. I'm not sure what else is there to come soon.
I've got a list. It's not coming soon. It's the opposite. It's old ass shit
Titanfall 2.
that everybody's already heard. No, I'm not. Well, no, I want to talk about Baba Is You. Have you?
There it is.
Dude, I played Baba Is You. This game was made for me. I mean, the naming is already perfect. Baba Is You. I already talk like that. But it's so genius. And it's even more genius than it looks like on the surface when you start playing the puzzles. They're so well designed. It's just, I mean, I guess I should briefly explain in case, I think everyone knows this game. I mean, it's huge, I think. But just in case you don't know, it's basically a programming game, but with movement. It's a puzzle game. And like, yeah, so you can see the coding is within the world. And you've got like a noun, and then you've got is, which is like to make it do the next action, and then you've got the actions, and you can move shit around. So you can put flag is you, and then you suddenly start playing as the flag sprite instead. Or wall is stop means that walls, but then you can put like Baba is stop, and then suddenly when you're playing as the flag, you can't go through the Baba, and it's so crazy, and it's really genius. Like, it's actually genius. I love it.
It's a good game. Did you 100% it yet?
No, I stopped playing a while ago. But I was slowly making my way through. Definitely didn't use a walkthrough a single time. Not a single time. No, at some point I was stumped for like an hour, and it's like I gotta fucking look at a walkthrough, and I try to look at hints to like give me just the first step. Yeah, no, but it's such a good game though.
Definitely an amazing game.
I guess moving off of that, I played Battletoads. Not the old one, the remake from 2020. It's so good, dude. It's so fun. Like, it's a beat 'em up, but the art style is great. The combat feels satisfying. There isn't that much variety. It's kind of like a bit mindless button mashing, but the cutscenes are so funny, and I've been playing it with Simi. It's so fun, man. Like, I mean, if you enjoy Castle Crashers, like humor mixed with beat 'em up, it's such a fun game. That's all I can really say. Like, I mean, the cutscenes were they had us laughing out loud. And the animation is so colorful and creative and smooth, and yeah. It's fucking funny. I mean, that's the best thing I can say about it. I really love it.
To say about any game, I think.
It is. One other game I played. Actually, let's say this one first. I played Slime Rancher for the first time, finally. Dude,
nice.
I love that game. I got so attached to the slimes. Like, I mean, I played this game very inefficiently in ways, because I was very like roleplay. Like I love the slimes. I protected them with my life. Like if there was a tar nearby, I'd be like, get the like I'm stopping whatever I'm doing. I have to save these guys. I would never. Can you believe that you can put a slime in an incinerator just because you like don't need it anymore? Like no way. I would take the slime out of my ranch and walk all the way back to where I found it in the wild and place it there, even though they probably despawn after you leave. But like,
Yeah.
there was.
Kitty told me that you can throw them in the ocean and they get back there.
And they do what there?
And they come back.
Kitty's
So
throwing
whether
them
they
in the
can-
ocean, dude.
Yes.
They
she
die
does
in
do
the
that.
ocean. Kitty, what the fuck? How can you do that? No,
She told me they would go on a different farm.
dude, yeah, no, my farm was like, I would even like place them. This is kind of like stupid, but I'd place them like near each other so they could like play and talk to each other. And like, I fucking loved it. I was also playing it with Simi watching, and we were like, you know, being cutesy about it. I love them, man. Like, it's honestly though, apart from like the aesthetic and how fun and cute it is, it's got rewarding exploration. I love the music. The gameplay loop is satisfying. Like, I loved this game so much. I actually 100%ed it. 40 hours, dude. It's a good game. It's a good game. I loved it. I actually kind of miss my little dudes. Like, I kind of felt guilty on installing the game, so I haven't done it yet. Because I was like, I don't want to see them again, man. I don't know. Have you ever had that with a game before? Like, I mean, I don't know how. Like, you don't have any pets, right? Like, you don't get attached to cute things. You're heartless, right? You're like a cold robot.
I would say I had the opposite experience where I.
Were you playing Lemmings or something? And you're like, I don't ever want to be near these guys.
I guess suppose one thing I did do is play Undertale, and I haven't uninstalled it yet.
Undertale is kind of. I mean, it's not the same. It's not like cute pets. It's cute friends. You're like,
Yeah.
man, Papyrus, I can't part with you and your spaghetti yet. You know.
I know it's like just giving them a little home, I suppose.
Yeah, cause Undertale. Am I remembering correctly? Is that the game where it like says that oh they live in your save or some shit?
Kind of, but like when you if we do the save, like they remember things out of it.
Yeah, it's like they actually exist. Fuck, I guess I killed them all when I deleted my game. Oh no, the save is probably still on my computer.
Oh no.
No, yeah, they live on. Saves don't get deleted when you uninstall usually. 2016. Have I changed hard drive since then? No, I don't think so. They're okay. I'll tell myself that. No, I also had this feeling with Drake Hollow. I talked about it not recently, a few podcasts ago. Like me and Simi were also got attached to them, and we kind of missed them at some point. But at that point, we already saw everything there was. So I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for like cute shit. Like
yeah, I get
I mean, in this kind of cute, because I love animals and yeah. But yeah, I love. Sorry.
Animals are great.
Animals are great, man. Animals are great. So I guess similarly to Slime Rancher, we played Little Hope. Pretty similar.
Oh boy. Let me know how you enjoyed it.
I mean, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Me and Simi loved Man of Medan. So this is, for those that don't know, it's basically interactive horror movie. So you make the choices for some of the characters, or all the characters, sorry. And depending on your choices, all of them or none of them can die. That's the premise of this whole like franchise. They've even done stuff like, what was it called, Until Dawn on PlayStation, these devs?
Yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think it's Until Dawn. I think that was the first one.
Yeah. So I spilled water everywhere. Yeah, I mean, I think they're really fun. They're really fun games. I personally preferred Man of Medan a little bit more. Just the whole topic and setting. But yeah, we played Little Hope. It was. I'm trying to think which one was scarier. They're more or less the same. I think just Man of Medan was a more interesting horror game. This one got into a little bit of too weird territory in a not good way. I won't say more than that, but like, you know, I'm all for like paranormal shit. I love that stuff. But this one was just a bit like, okay, I liked it though, and again, me and Simi played it in the superior way. So blind playthrough on online co-op, which means you're both playing different characters at the same time, and you don't see each other's screens or whatever, and you can like affect each other in different ways. So like if a monster is chasing someone, or if a monster is chasing me, Simi can like, she's watching from the distance maybe that this is happening, and she does something that can either get me killed or save me. I love that setting in the game. In Man of Medan was also very fun. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good. It was fun. If you liked Man of Medan, I'd suggest getting this one too. If you haven't played any of them, I'd suggest playing Man of Medan.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Do the thing.
Good.
Cool.
I'm still kind of excited to play another playthrough with 5 people, so we each play one person. And yeah. Here's another game I wanted to talk about. I mentioned it to you, but I got the impression you were like, alright. But I feel like you would actually really like this. City of Brass. I did a video on it a long time ago when it came out, 2018.
Mm-hmm. I remember you mentioning it.
Yeah, I think you would really like this, honestly. It's a first-person roguelike, I guess kind of similar-ish gameplay to like BioShock. Like it's got that feel, I guess. But it's roguelike. Every single floor is timed. So you want to use the time that you have to get as much loot as possible. There's traps littered everywhere, so you can actually use the environment to your advantage, kick skeletons into pits. You get upgrades with your money from genies, new weapons, new abilities. It's a lot of fun. Like every playthrough, I feel like I got something new, some new equipment. I never beat it. And also you unlock new characters that play differently. Like you can have Genie the Doomfist, so he just punches the shit out of everything. You've got an assassin. You got someone with a spear who can recall it. Yeah, it's fun. It feels very arcadey, but it's a very good roguelike. I honestly, I really highly recommend it. I played it a lot. It's very fun.
I will take another look at it and see.
Yeah.
Just a lot of games coming up.
Yeah, I know. Is there anything you wanted to talk about quickly? I'm almost at the end of my list.
I mean,
or not particularly.
I don't think there's anything really
that's
happening.
Fine. I mean, we can both talk about Hood. We played Hood.
Yeah.
Outlaws and Legends. So it's a game based off of Robin Hood.
The story at least.
The story at least. It's PvP and PvE at the same time. I do have a video on my channel if you want to check it out. Funny Moments. It also showcases gameplay. So basically, every match, teams of 4, 2 teams, try to locate the sheriff, and he's got a key. You pickpocket it, you find the vault, open the vault, grab the chest inside, and then take it to one of the extraction points that you want to. And then when you get to the extraction point, you gotta winch and get it onto your escape vehicle or whatever, and then you win. At any point in that time, the enemy team can try to steal your key, your chest, whatever, any of that. Even if it's on the extraction point, they can just extract it themselves onto your boat, I guess. I don't know. It's a neutral boat. Yeah, so that's the premise. Sounds super interesting. It is very fun. But it's fucking janky. And it does lack depth and there's balancing issues. Like, it's quite a flawed game. Striking, you only played it once with us. I wanted to play it more with you. Yeah,
I mean, I would up too. It was just, time.
I would too, yeah. Yeah, so now, I mean, I guess, let me just think. So, I mean, yeah, different characters. There's only 4 characters now. They all play differently. They have slight different, like, there's melee combat characters, there's ranged combat characters, whatever. I won't go into super depth. But we found that despite it being a stealth game, stealth didn't feel that rewarding. It always felt like the end of the match devolved into just the same poor death match. Like, because extraction takes a while to extract the chest, and so it's like you're extracting, the enemy team comes, kills you, then they start extracting, you respawn, you go kill them, but like you don't have enough time to and it'll last like 10 minutes, and a lot of the times like the stealth that like you might have stealthed perfectly, you got the key, you opened the vault, you took the chest, no one discovered you, it was perfect, but none of that matters in the end.
Yeah.
Like
Something
this,
I also don't like is the fishing for assassinations in the game.
the tap E
Yeah.
to assassinate instantly.
Yeah, basically where you couldn't even fight, just to crouch around someone and then
Yes, so like someone might be clashing with your teammate, and then you just go behind them and click E, they're dead. I don't know yet if I have a problem with that, because it gives stealth characters a purpose in fights. Maybe they shouldn't have a purpose though. I don't know. I can see how it's frustrating to others though, but I feel like that just kind of rewards not going in outnumbered. Either way, I mean, it's fun, but it does get old after, like, I played it for 6.5 hours. I've kind of like had my fill for now, until they said they're gonna add new game modes and characters and stuff. I'd play it with you a bit though, since we barely played it.
Alright.
It is very fun. The worst part about the game is the fucking comments I got in my review. Holy shit. Striking.
Oh?
Like,
That bad?
yeah, I mean, usually I can tell what kind of comments I'm gonna get, because I got a review copy, I should say, and I wrote a review, and depending on the game, I know if the people on Steam are gonna be retarded or not. So like, if it's something like Slime Rancher, it's like, you know, people that like to have fun and be creative and stuff, so they're like, oh cool, good review. But on Hood, it's a bunch of tryhards, because it's like kind of edgy and cool, and it's published by it's a bigger game, you know, a lot of marketing, so it attracts a lot of dumbasses, and they're like, I cannot like the game, like, because I got a review copy, it means I was paid, it means, I mean, dude, you should have seen the stuff in the comments on my Steam review, it's fucking insane. Like, I mean, some of the worst I've had in a long time, like, people just wanting to fight. I should, like, I don't think, like, you know how YouTube has the worst comments on the internet, a lot of people say, I don't think it gets worse than Steam. Like, sometimes,
yeah, interesting.
like, everywhere, like, even like, I don't know, you go to fucking Rainbow Six Siege, right? And then they'll post an announcement, like news, like, oh, new character coming out, and then like the first comment on the news post that just got put there is like, fuck you, Ubisoft. And it's like, damn, this person must have had, they have to be following the news hub to get that notification that it popped up, and instantly write hate before even reading the article. And it's like filled with pages upon pages of that. Like, I don't know, people on Steam are crazy. It's, no matter what game, like, you'll just find super toxic and crazy people. But anyway, whatever, that was a tangent. It's a really fun game. It is flawed. It's not full price, which is good. If it was 60, I definitely would have not recommended it.
Yeah, it's a flawed gem.
Yeah, like I got my playtime's worth for now, 6.5 hours, and matches are like 10 minutes, so you know, you do the math. Yeah, Hood is good.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good game. Though I will sadly have to go soon, since I need to get ready for my dentist appointment.
I was aware of that. I will just finish off with one other thing.
Alright, go on.
I wanted to just mention that I got a review code for Mind Scanners. I'm gonna put up a video of it today. Seems really interesting so far. It's kind of like Papers, Please in some ways, but it's all about, like, so you're working for this company that seems a little bit you know, overbearing, and they say go to all these different citizens and cure them of their weird mental issues, and so you have to go and diagnose people, and like this, like, oh, this guy thinks he's a tree, okay, and then you kind of like play small little mini games, kind of like, I guess, reminiscent a little bit of Keep Talking Nobody Explodes, like, you know, just different, like, you gotta figure out how this component works, and then you can solve their issue, and then you can diagnose them as insane or not sane. The story will unfold differently because of that. There's even like a terrorist group, or at least you're told that it's a terrorist group, like Papers, Please. There's an overarching story. This company that you work for has your daughter in their captivity or whatever, and they're like, oh, you know, we're analyzing her. But so, you know, you gotta kind of try to unfold, like, do they have good intentions? Do I want to try to do their bidding because they have my daughter? It's very Papers, Please in that sense.
Sounds cool.
Dystopian and cool and weird. Yeah, I like it a lot so far from what I played. I'm gonna put up a video today, and yeah, That's
All right,
interesting.
I think we should all take a look at that.
Yeah, yeah. All right, thank you very much, Striking, for your time.
Yeah, it was a pleasure talking about all of these things.
Yep. Thank you, Chris, Wesker, Leon, and we'll see you next episode, probably next year.
Until the next time, then.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.